Thank you all for meeting us out here. I want to first thank the National Guard and their pilots today for taking both myself and FEMA officials, including the top FEMA official, Administrator Criswell, over parts of Perry County, ultimately over Breathitt County, through Jackson and back. The administrator has a flight to catch in Lexington. Going to ask her to go first, but again, grateful that less than a day or right about a day after this hit, the top FEMA official is here and is here to help.
Governor, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us out here today. We did just have a really good opportunity to get a firsthand look at some of the damage and the devastation that these communities have experienced as a result of these floods. We saw many homes that are still inundated, that the water has not receded. And we also saw homes, I think, that are going to have access issues for some time. Just because the roads are out and bridges are out. And so we know that there is definitely some significant impact to the communities that we just flew over. My Deputy Regional Administrator, Robert Saman, he's going to stay here and answer any questions, but we're going to work really closely with the governor's team to document what we saw today and add additional assistance as warranted based on what we just saw in this flight. And as I said earlier this morning, we have urban search and rescue teams that are already on the ground. We actually saw some helicopters flying around still looking to see if there's any rescues that need to be done. And we'll continue, Governor, to be able to support any of your life-saving needs as well as the recovery from this really tragic event in Eastern Kentucky. Governor, thank you for giving me some time today to fly with you. And again, thank you to the National Guard for taking us up and letting us have that opportunity to see firsthand the true devastation that these communities are experiencing right now. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you. Thank you. So as governor, I've seen a lot. I've certainly done 3+ flights and or tours over flooded areas. This is by far the worst. Perry County, a number of mudslides, roads that are impassable. And while we didn't get all the way into Hazard, a number of homes that are nearly totaled. Jackson, the area around it, and Breathitt County, devastated. Much of the city itself underwater. Hundreds of homes, their ball fields, their parks, businesses, under more water than I think any of us have ever seen in that area. Absolutely impassable in numerous spots. So just devastating. Good news is that I saw no fewer than 6 helicopters out there actively making saves, looking for people, calling to boat crews. We have people still working so hard and that are so skilled to get people to safety. They were just in the area we were in, a number of them, and that is a good sign that we are marshaling the resources that we need. We are starting to receive more information of more deaths. We do not have an official update at this time, as they have to be verified by DPH. I have received notice that they've located the bodies of those 4 children mentioned in the Herald Leader story today, and I know we'll be contacting their parents. It means we've got at least 6 dead children, and that's hard. It's even harder for those families and those communities. So keep praying. There's still a lot of people out there, still a lot of people unaccounted for. We're going to do our best to find them all. Open it up for questions. All right.
I do have a question. One of our reporters in Breathitt County said that she's out there, field reporting. She said she heard that this morning their director of emergency management, their EMA, essentially resigned abruptly. Do you know if that is true, and if so, why?
I haven't heard that. If it's the case, we will ensure that they have all the resources that they need. but I haven't received that report directly. I know we have significant search and rescue going on in Breathitt County because I saw it, and we need it. That's the National Guard, that's the Kentucky State Police, that's Fish and Wildlife, it's the National Guard from Tennessee, from West Virginia. So haven't heard that, but even if it's the case, we are not going to let it stop us from helping the people of Breathitt County.
And then what's the rest of your day look like today in regards to schedule of what you're planning to do?
Well,
around it?
I'll head back over to the Emergency Operations Center to get an update. I will be in regular contact. We will put out probably a written update later today that'll provide any additional important updates. Some information needs to get out again, like the numbers to call for KSP if you can't find a loved one. That's really important, and any help in getting that out would be greatly appreciated. And then we'll see as we move into tomorrow. Now, it's a dynamic situation. Search and rescue is still ongoing. We weren't able to reach parts of eastern Kentucky where the water hasn't even crested. But I know that we're going to do our very best. And I know everybody out there trying to help is doing their very best. We're going to be with those that have been impacted tomorrow, the next day, the next week, and the next year to get them back on their feet.
And I know tomorrow it is, those areas where the water hasn't even crested is set to do that tomorrow.
Yes.
What's kind of the plan in place for that when that happens?
Well, certainly once the water recedes and where it recedes, more people can get out. We can get to various equipment right now that we can't, hoping to get to some of our water treatment facilities that have had to shut down. There's some natural gas we've had to shut down for access reasons, so I know that they will be there. Our folks are also very attuned to places that we're worried about getting to, that the water might come up again Monday and Tuesday. We want to make sure they have water. We also want to get people out of any area that we think could have any additional problems. The area in Jackson that we evacuated, make sure there aren't any more of those. But we've got to act quickly after the water recedes tomorrow, certainly before it rains again. But once the water goes down in any of these areas, we can do a lot more. We can check on a lot more people. We can go door to door, make sure everybody's okay. All right.
Governor, I know you heard from folks over in western Kentucky and Mayfield. What
Yeah.
are the conversations like, because they know exactly what this type of devastation can do.
It both picked me back up and it admittedly has me emotional. It's the mayor of Benton and Marshall County hit really hard. That was gathering supplies last night, and they're on their way now. You can understand if they'd keep those supplies. People there are still in need. And then, my goodness, the mayor sending the fire chief of Mayfield something really special. I know those people, though, and I guess after meeting them, I'm not surprised. But to hear how grateful they still are that the people of Kentucky were there for them and they want to pay it forward is a pretty good example for all of us. Yes?
Do you know when we can get IDs on the victims, their names, and any other?
So the first information that we will put out will be demographic information, like we do with COVID. We'll see what and when names might come. Certainly families would have to be notified first, and then we'll see what we can do from there.
You mentioned at least 6 children have died. Do you know which counties?
I don't have a firm grasp on the counties. I know that we have 2 in our official number. I believe we found 4 more, and it's going to grow from there. From everything we've seen, we may be updating the count of how many we lost for the next several weeks. Now, some of these areas, it's hard to know exactly how many people were there, and we might not have an exact number, and people that live in the area might not have an exact number. That makes calling those numbers, the KSP numbers, so important. Okay, thank you all very much.